Hi, Charles. How's it going?
Oh man, I am excited to be back on the great and incomparable Lee Gerstmann show today
Yeah.
because I picked this review we're doing today, and it's what I've
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do for quite a while.
Uh-huh.
An artist that I think is tragically overlooked at times, beyond probably compare. I mean,
I
his
mean, I am in
importance.
100% agreement with you.
Yeah, I mean, like in the importance of what this guy brought to the table here. I mean, hey, this spoiler, this isn't a Night Ranger review for those people, and we're not talking about them.
No.
We're not talking about Dino Valente and the Quicksilvers
No.
or the fantastic Nantucket,
Uh,
nor even one of my favorites, Noel and Liam Gallagher. No, we are going back,
yeah.
way back in the time machine. Go ahead and tell everybody what we're doing today,
We're
will you?
doing Bill Haley and the Comets, Rock Around the Clock.
Holy Toledo, this is one I've wanted to do a long time. This is one. If not, he may not have been the king of rock and roll, but I think he might have been the forefather of rock and roll. That's what I would think.
He might have been the
Mr. Haley
founder.
is. Exactly.
Yeah.
And probably with just one song.
Yeah.
With just one song. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, the Sex Pistols made a rock and roll Hall of Fame career from one album. Whether you like it or not, it's a fact. So for Bill Haley, I think back in those days too, in like 53, 54, because this album, unfortunately, this is the second time I didn't know this. This is actually a compilation album.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I think it's Bill Haley's like third or fourth album. This is
Yeah.
true like original album with songs just for that album. But this is like a compilation, and back in those days, I guess that's how they rolled.
But I have
It's
something to
called
say
Rock.
about that when you're finished.
Okay, but it's called Rock Around the Clock. So, I mean, obviously, it's that title track, and we'll get into that pretty quickly. But this is the collection of singles and B-sides from that era. And
Yeah.
go ahead, Lee, take it over, whatever you have to say.
I was just going to say at that time, he really wasn't doing albums. And his best songs were on singles. So it's better to do one of his compilations, especially with his best work, because when he finally did do albums, that was way later in his career. And I'm not going to say that they were bad, because I think I heard some of a few tracks of them, and they were very cool. But the original stuff, like this stuff, is where it is. And if we were to review so-called a quote original release, we would only then be doing two songs because they were on singles. So this is by proxy the closest to a studio album for him.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Yeah.
These are the original recordings. Actually, I read where he remade the title track like in the 60s or something. We don't want that. But to fast forward a little bit or whatever, Bill Haley, from what I've read, was in style not that long, because after that, in another weird thing, I just want to tell you, so I'm going to bring it to where Lee can understand a little bit, like in the 80s, right, with all the hair metal.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a phenomenon at the time, and everybody started copying Motley Crue or whoever we're going to say started that horrible genre of music.
Yeah.
And was copying it. Then you go to the grunge, and it was the same thing. Well, guess what? They were doing it back then. I think in popular music history, it's always been a phenomenon.
Yeah.
The labels are like, we got to find the next thing, and they push whatever. And unfortunately for Mr. Haley, there was some artists that came after him. We may review one of them here soon. But they were considered a little more sexy and maybe in that genre of rock and roll, and he got pushed aside. But he was big still in Europe for years. And in Mexico, I read, there's actually a Mexican album he made, or a Spanish language album. That might be interesting, Lee.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't know. I mean, but that's just life. You got to stay above the grade in the music business, I guess. And
yeah.
But he planted the seed, in my opinion. And I think Lee's echoed that. So
yeah, I forget what year I knew of him, but it must have been when I was 5 or 6. You know, I knew. I don't think there was a time I didn't know.
I'm lucky to know exactly when I knew of him.
Yeah.
When Rock Around the Clock was the theme track to Happy Days.
Yeah.
Those early seasons.
Yeah.
So, and I would ask people, my parents and my mom and people, who is that? Bill Haley. Oh, okay, thank you. So everybody knows Bill Haley. In our era, our age.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to help anybody that would be willing to listen to this show. If you don't know Bill Haley, well, just listen to this review and then maybe look into this album. I'm ready to go, Lee, whenever you
All right. Who wants to start?
You go ahead.
Okay. The first song, the title track, and if you got it on YouTube, I have to tell you that I had to look for it elsewhere because the technical album doesn't really start with that song on YouTube. But the song is available. And the song is the title track, Rock Around the Clock. And this is still one of the best rock songs around of its type. I've always liked it, and I always considered Bill Haley to be the first true rock and roll artist. I still do. What do you think?
Absolutely iconic opener. One thing that is so great about this recording, Lee, is the primal sounds of the studio recordings at that time. Like, you can actually hear, like, I don't know if Haley was bumping the microphone or he was so close. You know, when it starts off, you hear that little whoop, like when he's singing. Like, there's something you don't get anymore in this digital age with recording.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, somehow this guy and this song gets overlooked way too much in the world of rock and roll and the historic nature of this record. The guitar solo by Danny Cedrone is one of the shreddingest solos ever. There's no effects, just pure talent. The band was on fire with this recording, and thankfully, I found this out today. Sammy Davis Jr. was waiting out in the hall of the same studio, waiting his turn to record a song. That is just mind-blowing. One of the all-time great rock and roll songs that I challenge anybody, when you hear that thing kick in, are you going to skip it? No, you're going to listen to it all the way through every time. The first rock song, by the way, Lee, to go #1 in the U.S. and UK as well.
Yeah.
We're going to Rock Around the Clock.
Right on.
Our all-time classic.
Yeah. What do you think of Shake, Rattle, and Roll?
This is the cover of a Jesse Stone song provided for Big Joe Turner, another great classic artist. But we get a little fun version here provided by Haley and the Comets. We're a little rockabillyed up here. The saxophone is absolutely perfect on this song. What a lyric in there. It's like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. Haley sings this well to boot. Just another fun little rock song here. Charming. Maybe, well, I mean, it's great compared to the opener, but maybe not as iconic as Rock Around the Clock to, like, I would say Rock Around the Clock first, but this is a damn good, nice little song here. I like it.
Yeah, I said essentially the same thing. I said this is also good. Maybe I like Rock Around the Clock a little better, but there's no denying this is also a great rock and roll song. Okay, now
Yeah.
for ABC Boogie. Okay, Bill Black combo plays Romper Room. Amusing idea. I like it. It's a little bit more of a cute novelty song, but not without its charm, and I could listen to it again and enjoy it. What do you think?
Well, being again, this is a compilation of singles. I have to assume this is the B side, as well as it is a decent little number. It seems to lack the fire of the previous two. The guitar solo, again, is fabulous. And I get the premise of the song, while it's kind of like cutesy, but it just lacks a little on the fire side for me. Definitely B-side material here.
Okay. What do you think of 13 Women and Only One Man in Town?
This one comes across even more B-side, but it has a little more going for it than ABC Boogie for me. I just think this one is a bit too much like the song Fever for my liking. Which, hell, I'd have covered that instead of this, but I'm not sure which one predates the other, though, so maybe this was written before Fever, I don't know. But this has a similar feeling to it. I mean, Haley sings it well, but there's nothing fabulous here either. But again, the album was not art form yet.
Okay. I put, this is a rockabilly type of cool blues song. I like it. The words are a bit naughty for that time period, but I dig it, and I could groove to it. So far, it's my second favorite song on the album. All right. Now for Razzle Dazzle. This is really good too. I might bump this up to my number 2 favorite. It's non-serious but fun and hopping and right on. What do you think?
Another Jesse Jones song here. The aforementioned author of Shake, Rattle, and Roll has a sock hop feel to it, and definitely has some fun type of feel going on. But perhaps I'm starting to see why Haley was passed up by, say, Elvis and Little Richard and some other guys. But yet again, I do really dig the guitar playing on this. Danny Cedrone, again, is the guitarist there. And that's one person that people should check this album out for, because he was fantastic, especially if you're a guitar head. The song is just decent, not great.
All right. What do you think of Two Hound Dogs?
We come up on our first Bill Haley written piece, along with a guy named Frank Pingatory. And those two dogs are named Rhythm and Blues, by the way. Now, this for sure was an A-side. It charted at 31 in the U.S., which isn't blazing up the charts, but it did chart. It isn't massively original, but it fits in nicely. And it's a return to form that I can enjoy here. Not a bad effort for Haley's first pen song on this compilation.
Okay. Musically, this is so far the best song on the album. But lyrically, it annoyed the hell out of me. So I'm torn between wanting to rate it lower because of the stupid lyrics, or keep it as my favorite because of the music. I won't decide. But I do wish they had different lyrics to go with the great music. Okay. Now for Dim Dim the Lights, I Want Some Atmosphere. I really like this song too. The guy doing the low voice in the beginning bothered me a lot, and I almost felt it could have been an annoying song, but luckily he stopped after about 10 or 15 seconds. I enjoyed this overall quite a bit. What do you think? Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it. You nailed it with that weird vocal sound.
Yeah.
the beginning. I mean, it brought a smile to my face. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But it didn't keep it up. So you nailed that for sure. This is a Beverly Ross song. She was of Lollipop fame. And Julius Dixon, who I suppose likes lollipops too. This one has a great little 12-bar feel to it. The double bass is well played on this. This one's got a nice little early R&B feel to it. I like this one. Well, dim low lights. It's silly, but I like it.
Okay. What do you think of Happy Baby?
This is about as elementary of a song as you can get lyrically. It's hard to believe that there was a time that most songs can basically sound the same and it's way cool. I mean, hair metal and grunge years. No, I mean, But sure, folks could just dance along to this. But just listen to it for listening to it, other than really evaluating it. Another great guitar solo. But this is paint by the numbers rockabilly and not that exciting.
Okay, I put the music is quite good to the song, but I would have preferred if they were singing about someone who had a happy child, like a happy baby they could bounce on their knee. And even then it would have been corny, but even more corny and annoying to know he's singing about a girlfriend. But the music is good, and I generally do like the song. Okay, now for Birth of the Boogie. This is one of the even better songs. The chorus fidelity had limitations, so that was an audio issue, but other than that, this is close to my favorite song so far. What do you think?
And what's interesting, Lee, this is another Haley co-write here with fellow Comets member Billy Williamson and Johnny Grand, I guess Grande, the steel guitar and piano player, respectively. The huge drums were pretty kick-ass on this. Some fantastic saxophone here. Now this is better than a cover or two on this collection, like Happy Baby or whatever. This is pretty good. I think they should have tried more collective writing because I've enjoyed the original songs thus far, which hasn't been many, unfortunately. It sounds massive for the time frame that this was recorded in, with great machines with gun drums as well. Cool song here, Birth of the Boogie.
Right on. What do you think of Mumbo Rock?
Well, I'd definitely give them credit for trying something different here, and it has some interesting percussion on this. I suppose it does have a bit of a calypso feel, or what Bill in the comments thought was a calypso-like feel. The guitar is a standout again, though, as well as the cool percussion. As far as the B-side filler types, this is one of the better ones in that category.
Okay. I was annoyed at it being about the mumbo. If I want to hear something like that, I'll go with Harry Belafonte. Musically, it was okay, and it wasn't a really bad song, but it's not one of the better ones to me. Okay, now for Burn That Candle. Okay, this was okay. Sort of structured like a campfire song, and I liked it. Perhaps a little bit corny, but not unenjoyable. What do you think?
It was written by Winfield Scott, who had a hand in Return to Sender by Elvis. And it has a very familiar feel to other songs of that era. This one is almost like insert any singer of the era and they can do this song. But yet again, mega guitar solo here, but this is actually now a man named Franny Beecher. And he's as good as Danny Sedrum, in my opinion. Generic song, but great guitar work.
All right. What do you think of the last song, Rock a Beatin' Boogie?
Our last track, and the only one written by Bill Haley on his own without a co-write. It was released as an A-side single. It charted 41 US and number 4 is okay. The interplay with the guitar and sax is great on the song. And I am now pretty much convinced that if Haley can be bothered, he and his band can come up with songs as good as the ones they covered, but I guess wanted in the cards at the time. Would I say this album is essentially listening? Well, once for sure. But the title track, Rock Around the Clock, is one of the foundational songs for a genre I love, which is rock and roll. So that's essential, and these are some historic recordings here. Go ahead, Lou.
All right. This was a good song too. I liked it, and it was one of the better tunes. So there we go.
There you go. Bill Haley and the Comets. Lee and I agree. Let's be fair, Lee, this was a time where albums weren't really a thing.
Yeah.
So they did the best they could. But the good songs outnumber the bad. The title track alone is what birthed the music genre I love.
Right on.
Thank you in retrospect, Bill Haley and everybody from the Comets. There's only maybe one or two people alive from that group. And thank you for listening. And thank you for doing the review, Lee. It was a lot of fun.
Right on. Thank you so much, Charles. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.